Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how we use the Boolean function to cut holes into other meshes. If you're used to using Blender, it's usually quite simple. You just select the two objects and you do the Boolean function with it. In Max it's a little similar, it's just a little bit more hidden how we may be used to it in Blender. Alright, what I've got here is a plane that I've drawn, a nice green plane, and I've got a cylinder. Now what it is I want to cut a circular hole in the plane. Now we could go in and we could subdivide the plane into a bunch of different messes and select what vertices we want to keep and delete the others and go through all that. But it's a lot simpler to just use another geometric object to cut the hole with. In this case we want a round hole, we've got a round object, a cylinder. So I've created a cylinder here, and we're going to use it as our cookie cutter, I guess you could call it. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is, of course, line up where you want your hole in the mesh that you're cutting. And you're going to use your cutter, in this case, our cylinder, and you're going to line it up to where you want it. I'm going to put mine right about there. Now, the important thing is to make sure that it completely intersects the plane. As you can see, the cylinder goes all the way through the plane. Now we've done that, here's how you actually make the Boolean operation happen. Make sure that you've gone up here to your tab for creating objects. Click on the down menu here and go from standard primitives to compound objects. And you'll see you've got a button here that says Boolean. Click on Boolean and you have a bunch of rollouts that have popped up here. Now, we already had the cylinder selected, so it's actually called operand A. And what we need to do is pick operand B. Now, operand B, of course, is going to be the plane. So if I click on the button, I can then come over and click on the plane. Now, if you'll notice, the plane disappeared. The reason it disappeared is because of how the rest of the roll-ups are set up. Right now, I had it on subtract A from B. So what we did is we subtracted the plane, or subtracted the cylinder from the plane. What we want to do is reverse that. Subtract B from A. Okay? And as you can see, it created a plane with a hole in it. And it's that simple. Now, another reason you would want to do this is, let's say you've got a large ocean. I'll call it my ocean here. Here I've got an island and a large ocean, and if I call up the grid so that you can actually see the lines, as you can see, wow, we have a lot of faces here. Now, a lot of people would say, well, why don't you just sink the island into the ocean and not worry about cutting it? You could do that, but if you're going to use a wave set for the ocean, if you actually want shore foam, you would have to go through and create the edge all along the island. And as big as this island is, and trust me, it's quite big, as big as this island is, it would be a pain and it would take a very long time. By using the Boolean operation, however, what I've done is I've taken a copy of the island, sunk it into the ocean mesh, and I cut it. And if I lower the island, as you can see, it cut a nice perfect hole which contours the island. Now I can go back later on and select the faces I want all along these edges so that I can create a shore foam mesh. So that's a really good example of why you would use Boolean